All right. Hey, everybody. It's been a long time since we've been on, but it's all right. We're back. We're back. We're back. So, last hot day here in Pennsylvania, hopefully for a little while. We're supposed to have some nice weather coming up. So, just returning to the Myths League here. And I think what we're going to do is the Kansas City Royals against the San Francisco Giants. So, Dennis Leonard takes the mound for the Royals. And for the Giants, which call them the San Francisco Giants, but it's a whole bunch of players. Hey, there's Jack Dawson. How you doing, buddy? It'd be Tim Keefe taking the mound. Dennis Leonard and Tim Keefe both 0-1. Dennis Leonard with a astronomical 30.86 earned run average. Tim Keefe with a 1.12 average. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. All right, Willie Wilson leading off for the Kansas City Royals. Lorenzo Cain batting second in right field. George Brett at third base batting in the third slot. John Mayberry Sr. batting in the cleanup spot and playing first base. Salvador Perez catching and batting fifth. Alex Gordon in left field batting sixth. Frank White at second base batting seventh. Freddie Patek at short batting eighth. And Dennis Leonard on the mound. 0-1 record for him. And just got whooped um, so far this year. Despite having 11.6 strikeouts per 9 innings, he's been walking batters at a higher rate, 15.4, a 30.86 earned run average. Samuel Smith says, "Happy Sunday." Another movie recommendation, Mr. Baseball. Love that movie. Hey, Nathaniel. Yeah, Mr. Baseball is such a great movie. Tom Selleck, like Kevin Costner, huge baseball fan. Um, Good stuff. Good stuff. Make sure I have this. There we go. No, we don't need a warm up. I didn't realize we had that on. Okay. So we are on our way. So Oracle Park, huh? How about it? Digital Diamond version 14 sounds exciting. Two new engines. Yeah. How about it? Yeah. Looking for Status Pro Advanced and Sports Illustrated. Hopefully, um, well, of course, not going to be out till next year, but yeah, hopefully, Status Pro Advanced would be a little bit more what I expected, um, and certainly having Sports Illustrated, and hopefully it gets Richard Dombrov to get to work making just those UI improvements to the game because Digital Diamond's going to be some serious competition, provided Mark can is going to be integrating Sports Illustrated Baseball like any season that you create or whatever. But yeah, it really does sound exciting, Samuel. Nathaniel, I hope this day finds you well, and Brother Jack Dawson, same thing to you. All right, so let's get out to the ball. Oh no, we have to do the lineups here for the Giants. Leading off at third base, Buck Ewing batting second in center field. The Say Hey Kid, Willie Mays batting third in left field. Barry Bonds batting in the cleanup spot at first base. Bill Terry batting fifth and catching. Buster Posey batting sixth at second base. The Fordham Flash. Frankie Frisch batting seventh in right field. George Burns batting eighth at shortstop. Art Fletcher, and pitching in batting ninth, Tim Keefe, star pitcher from the 19th century. A 1.12 earned run average, 0-1 record, 9 strikeouts per innings, 3.4. So let's get out to Oracle Park. Oracle Park, I guess that's what it's called now. To give Mr. Baseball another try. So child. Yeah, I think now you would probably, I think you would appreciate it more. But really, really such a good movie. Samuel's absolutely right. Willie Wilson leading off here with a 2.14 average. Let's look at the starting defense for the Giants in left field. It's Barry Bonds in center. The Say Hey Kid, Willie Mays, and over and right, George Burns. At first base, Bill Terry, a Hall of Famer that a lot of people don't talk about. Frankie Frisch, the Fordham Flash at second. Art Fletcher at short. Buck Ewing over there at third. Catching is Gold Glove catcher Buster Posey. So two Gold Gloves in this team, Posey and Mays. And Tim Keefe ready to deal to Willie Wilson. Wilson hitting 214 on the young season with 2 runs batted in. Let's do a little bit of a fly around here of Oracle Park. and we are ready to rock and roll some baseball. You're very welcome, Nathaniel. Probably won't see Dwayne Martz here today since this is a Giants game. Oh, we got to fix that angle. But anyhow, swing and a miss, strike three. So Willie Wilson strikes out here, and let's fix these views here a little bit. Okay, so that should be fine, and that should be fine. I do like those kind of from the bases and stuff like that, but I got to know I've set it up beforehand. All right, here's Lorenzo Cain hitting 192, and the pitch. 2-2 pitch. Lorenzo McCain looks at a called strike three fastball from Tim Keefe, 2 up, 2 down. Sports Illustrated Game Companion just implemented is very good. Yeah, I think it's just one. He's just done one season so far that actually was one of the seasons that was released with the game. But yeah, I do need to check it out. So, and I guess he'll be adding in seasons, so maybe it's not as straightforward a process as just being able to do that with, like last year's version, just generating status pro cards on the fly. But yeah, um, Mark is just doing an absolutely fantastic job with that game. It's come such a long way. Yeah, 1970. In other news, just really quickly, I've been, I don't have the latest test build. Paul Fay was going to send it to me and never got here for whatever reason. But that's okay. Um, I can say that Pocket Pennant Run, you guys are going to like the new release when it comes out, and I'm guessing it's going to be around the end of August. So we got about 2 weeks to wait yet. So, but it's been pretty fun. It looks fantastic. It really, really does. It's just, it's. I think you guys will take it to the next level here. It's good stuff, and bigger updates yet to come. But this one, largely cosmetic, but in a major way. So can't wait to premiere that. It's hopefully the end of August. We can get it. All right, here is George Brett. He is hitting 400 on the young season. 1-2 pitch on the way from Tim Keefe. And cut on there by Brett. And this one grounded hard to second. And the Fordham Flash moving to his left fires onto first for out number 3. So the Kansas City Royals go in order. And we go to the bottom of the first. It's the Royals nothing. The Giants coming to bat. This is not an all-time great set that comes with out of the park baseball. This is something very, very different. All right, so looking at the starting defense for the Kansas City Royals, and there's gold all over this field for them. And left field, Gold Glover, Alex Gordon. In center, Gold Glover, Willie Wilson. In right field, Lorenzo McCain. From first to third, we got John Mayberry Sr., Gold Glover, Frank White, Freddie Patek at short, Gold Glover, George Brett at third, and Gold Glove, Salvador Perez. All right, Buck Ewing is hitting 333, home run. And this league 3-0 pitch on the way, Dennis Leonard. Dennis Leonard continuing in the young season to have trouble finding the strike zone, and he gives up the leadoff walk to Buck Ewing. And Buck Ewing has crazy speed. Greg Gorecki, fellow Bucko fan, how you doing? Good to see you. Good to see you. All right, here is the Say Hey Kid off to a 217 start. He's got 2 out of the parkers, 4 RBI for him. Ewing on first, and this one scorched to left, down all the way to the corner. Buck Ewing with wheels is making the turn at third, and they're going to flash the stop sign. So Willie Mays with a double following the walk of Buck Ewing. And 2 Giants in scoring position. And Greg Gorecki says he is doing fine. Aaron Reed, welcome in, Aaron. How you doing, buddy? All right, here is Barry Bonds hitting 304. His godfather out there at second in scoring position, and Buck Ewing just ahead of him, just 90 feet away. So the Giants mounting a serious threat here with 2 in scoring position at the bottom of the first inning. Bonds hitting 304, 2 home runs, 5 runs batted in for him. Dennis Leonard, again, we've been talking about his control and location problems. Leonard walking 15 batters per 9 innings in the young season. The 1-0 pitch on the way, and Bonds tattoos this one. And this one is going to be a hard line drive out to left. Gordon reels it in, but tagging a third and coming in to score the first run of the game is Buck Ewing. The Giants take an early 1-0 lead here, bottom of the first at Oracle Park. John DFW joining us. John, I'm glad you got that. Glad you got that file. Feel free to change around some things. I know there's a few doppelgangers in the teams. Have fun with it. I haven't yet really done anything with it at all. We even moved any players around, but I do hope you like it. It was quite a project to put together. So if anybody else is interested in it, it's a I wasn't saying it for another thank you, John. I'm just glad that you got it. But you're welcome again. So what it is, guys, is I created it's an all-time great franchise team, but this one based on each player's best single season wins above replacement with the franchise with which he is most associated. However, there are a few that ended up on two teams. So if you want that, let me know. I mean, John really had expressed interest in it, so I gave it to him. But at the zip file, I could put it in the main Discord, and it's pretty much ready to go. Just copied into a text file. You can bring it right into Out of the Park Baseball. If you want to just modify or just to have a player guide. If you have all the season action PC baseball, it's very easy to do. If you don't, but you have the baseball history collection, you can do a modified version of it. Some would be very easy to create in Pocket Pennant Run and also Digital Diamond Baseball. So, and almost for Pure Sim, just some of the later players, very few. So, there you go. So if you guys want, let me know, and I'll put it in the main Discord. If not, it's all John's. All right, here is Bill Terry. Again, we've got to feature this guy. This is a Hall of Famer that really doesn't get a lot of press. Anyhow, Willie Mays at second. Bill Terry hitting .500, seeing limited action, just 2 at bats in the season. The 0-2 pitch on the way, and left-handed Terry swings, and this one is going to be out to right, and that's going to be a double. Scoring is Willie Mays. And the Giants coming out here pretty strong in the first. 1 down, 2-0. Bill Terry with the RBI single. And here's the catcher, Buster Posey. He's knocked 2 out of the park. 4 runs batted in and a .261 average. Bill Terry average speed at second. Count even, 2 balls, 2 strikes. This one tapper up the first base line and gathered up by Mayberry. And he will take that one 3 unassisted. 2 down, and on the play, Bill Terry will move to third. And here's the Fordham Flash, Frankie Frisch. Brilliant manager and great player, but off to a slow start. Just a .167 average with a home run, 3 runs batted in for Frankie. 1-0 pitch. Frisch swings. This should end the inning. Hard grounder to second, and up with that is White and fires onto first for the 4-3 putout. But the Giants get 2 runs on 2 hits, and we head to the top of the second inning. And it's the Giants 2, the Royals nothing. It'll be Mayberry, Perez, and Gordon due up for the Royals. Tim Keefe has already struck out 2 batters in just an inning of work. Ahead in the count here, 1 ball, 2 strikes to Mayberry. And Mayberry, routine grounder down to first base. And no problem for Bill Terry. 2 steps toward the bag. And 1 up, 1 down for Salvador Perez. Perez hitting just .160, 2 runs batted in. Here's the wind and the pitch from Tim Keefe. And Perez, room service bounce over there to short, and corralling that ball and making it look absolutely routine is Art Fletcher. 2 up, 2 down now, and here's Alex Gordon, Royals left fielder with 2 home runs, or 2 RBI, home run, and a .389 average. The lefty waits for the delivery from Tim Keefe. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Tim Keefe coming inside, getting him to chase on the fastball. So the Royals, once again, turned away, and we go to the bottom of the second inning. The Giants lead the Royals 2-0, and it'll be Burns, Fletcher, and Keefe due up the 7, 8, 9 hitters. All right. 273 average for the Giants right fielder right now. Aaron Reed says playing pure sim in the year 2000, carried over from 1999. The Reds are two-time National League pennant winners, and back in the World Series, they were the wild card team. Very nice, very nice. Yes, one of the things that Pure Sim is really cool about, similar to Out of the Park Baseball, is that it has a career mode, so you can move from one season to the next to the next. It's really, really fun, excellent baseball game. And again, you all know this, but for anybody that might be joining the family down the line, that's one of three baseball games that are available for free in the Ned McGreevy Discord. So Pure Sim, Strategy Baseball, and Old Time Baseball. So don't forget, that's a gem, an important part of baseball history. We got some databases up there for you and all kinds of other goodies, and just a great community for you to talk about, your replays or just what's going on in current baseball season, whatever it is, any projects you got. It's going to be a lot of fun. Hope you join, and not just for the baseball games. All right, Dennis Leonard will face George Burns here. Burns hitting 273 on the season. Count full on Burns. Here's the pitch. Burns looks at ball four. So Dennis Leonard, that's his second walk of the game. And here's Art Fletcher now. Fletcher digs in. Burns at first. And pretty amazing, these two guys here. They look really, there's a bit of a resemblance there. Just a bit. All right. Anyhow, so Art Fletcher hitting 231. And Dennis Leonard rocks and fires. And Fletcher, line drive base hit to right. This one's going to go all the way to the wall out there. The Giants are just seeing Dennis Leonard really well. So when he gets the ball in the strike zone, it ends up being trouble. So the Giants, with nobody out and two in scoring position, here's Tim Keefe. Here's the pitch. Keefe Tapper to second. They look the runner back at third. And going to first is Frank White to John Mayberry. 4-3 putout. First out of the inning, and we swing around to the top. And it's Buck Ewing. He drew a leadoff walk to start this game. And Ewing cranks this out to left field. Short of the track is Gordon. Tagging over there at third is Burns. So George Burns scores, and the Giants out to a big 3-0 start here, bottom of the second inning. And here's the Say Hey Kid batting with two down. Mays 1 for 1 with a double. 1-2 pitch. And Mays, high fly ball center field, back and near the track. Willie Wilson makes the grab, calling off Gordon. The Giants pick up another run. We go to the bottom or the top of the third inning. The Giants 3, the Royals nothing. So I'm glad you're still enjoying Pure Sim Baseball, Aaron. It's such a good game. All right, it's going to be White, Patek, and Leonard due up for the Kansas City 9. Tim Keefe now has notched 3 Ks. Here's the pitch. White, first pitch swinging. Little lazy fly ball out there towards center field, to the right field. And Willie Mays trots over and grabs it for out number 1. Here's Freddie Patek. Excellent fielding. Shortstop, a 250 average for him. 2 runs batted in. Is Bobby Bonds also on the Giants? I believe he is. Let's see. Because if not, we can certainly put him in. Where are you, Bobby? Where are you, Bobby? Nope. Looks like we have to put Bobby Bonds in here, and that's very easy to do, by the way. So that's the other thing for anybody that's kind of been following what I've been doing with this. I've been saying, look, if you see somebody, because I haven't had time to go through all the rosters yet, and there's some people that you would like to see brought in, they will be. So I will show you guys how to do that. We'll bring Bobby Bonds into it. We can't do it during the game, obviously, but yeah, we'll put him on the team. I think he should be. All right. So thank you for catching that. A lot of players in this league, as you would imagine. Keefe deals to Patek, and Patek taps it to short. Routine play out there for Art Fletcher. Score that one 6-3. Two up, two down, and here is Dennis Leonard. Dennis Leonard would like to at least get a base hit to help the few Kansas City faithful who have come out here to San Francisco. And forget about the walks he's given up. 1-1 pitch on the way to Leonard and swung on. High pop fly in the infield, out towards short. And in on the grass is Art Fletcher. He makes the catch. So 3 up, 3 down. Again, go the Kansas City Royals. We head to the bottom of the third inning. The Giants lead the Royals 3-0, and it'll be the 3-4-5 hitters: Bonds, Terry, and Posey. Nice man, a great player. Who you think should be in the Hall of Fame? I think Bobby Bonds should definitely be in there too. So you had these two superb players, right? The Griffies, and the Bonds, right? And both sons are in the Hall of Fame. So pretty cool stuff. But yeah, Bobby Bonds, hell of a player. No argument there. This Giants team, very, very strong. Bill Terry getting the start over William McCovey. But again, so many great interchangeable players. It's not that the Royals are a bad team; they're just a younger franchise. But these Giants are pretty scary. You just look at Legend Sports Universe and his franchise stars baseball league. This was the first year the Giants didn't get all the way to the big show, if you will, to the World Series. All right, here is Barry Bonds now. He's ahead in the count 3-1, and Dennis Leonard loses him. So Dennis Leonard giving out a lot of free tickets today, like he's giving out cotton candy. Bonds on again, his second walk of the season. Brings up Bill Terry. Bill Terry 1 for 1 with an RBI. Dennis Leonard, with 3 walks through 2 innings of play. And there's this, again, the live scoreboard here. Great new addition to out of the park baseball. And I hope they continue to develop that, do some animation type things and stuff like that. That would be really, really cool. All right. Leonard deals. And there goes the runner. Bonds off to the races to throw down. They're not going to get him. So Bonds gets his first theft of the season on an 0-1 pitch. Bill Terry back in there now. Bonds in scoring position. The count, no balls, 2 strikes on baseball's home run king. And Bonds looks at a called strike 3 on a curveball. And we have an ejection. So Bill Terry's kicking the dirt on the plate to cover it, and he is ejected. So Giants manager sprinting out there to get him out of there and prevent a suspension. So, wow, how about that? So, Bill Terry out of the game. So we'll see what's going on there. That was weird. All right, here's Buster Posey. Count, 2 balls, 2 strikes, and Posey sends this one to second base. Only play will be to first. Up with that one is White, and he will go to John Mayberry on the play. Bonds moves to third, and here is the Fordham Flash. 0-1 for Frankie Frisch. Behind 1 and 2, Frisch sends this the other way to left field. Soft liner out there. Gordon has it. So the first time the Giants are held scoreless in this game. And we will go to the top of the 4th inning, and the Royals find themselves behind the Giants 3-0. And Stretch McCovey now into play first base. Bill Terry out of the game. Willie Wilson, we're back at the top of the order. Lorenzo Cain and George Bretz. Thank you for joining me on a early Sunday afternoon for some baseball. Count full now on Willie Wilson. And Wilson swings. This will get down for a base hit. And that does it for the short no-no there for Tim Keefe. Willie Wilson with excellent speed. He can turn on the afterburners in the blink of an eye. And here's Lorenzo Cain. Lorenzo Cain is 0-1. There goes the runner. The throw down. Posey up and gunning, but a little late on the throw. So Wilson's second stolen base of the season. He is 2 for 2 in attempts. All right, Cain back in the box. Count full. Lorenzo Cain swings. This one, seeing eye single up the middle, base hit. and they are going to send. They are sending Kane, or I'm sorry, they are sending Willie Wilson all the way home, and the Kansas City Royals, their first tally here in the top of the fourth inning in the Miss League. It's 3-1. All right, George Brett now in the box. Brett, nothing for one. Nobody out. Lorenzo Kane on at first. And here is the pitch. George Brett sends this one sky high out to left field. Barely having to move on it is Barry Bonds, and he makes the grab. So first out of the inning here in the fourth. No, this is still on the old PC, John. I haven't moved any baseball on the new one. So if it's looking a little janky there, I'm sorry. I just haven't moved any baseball over to that. I will be in due time. But right now, this newer PC is for like a lot more like strenuous games like Inzoi and being able to Total War Warhammer 3 and Microsoft Flight Simulator, things like that. These baseball games, whatever. This laptop I'm using is still a great laptop. I need to just do some maintenance on it. Hopefully we make it through the game though. Last time we played, we had a crash, so we'll see. I do think this has some issues here, but this new PC I've had it on like 6 times. That's it. So I do want to do some stuff with it today. Yeah. So it's good. Thanks, John. Greg says Willie Wilson was the commissioner of a short-lived Canadian Development League a while back. Didn't know that, Greg. That's good information to know. You guys always come up with the goods here. So what I want to do, I might do it tonight. If you guys are maybe up to a lot of fun. If you remember before, we did some parts of the SABR quiz, Society for American Baseball Research, and it was tough. And we never even did all 50 questions. So, but we're going to try. I have another source tonight. So if all goes well, we're going to come on tonight, have maybe a little Sunday night, not as long baseball chin wagon, just a fun little baseball quiz. Fun little baseball quiz from another legit resource. And I don't think this is going to be as tough as the SABR quiz. That was just wicked, 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 wicked hard. So if you guys want to check it out, if you're a SABR member, look for that. I think it's called SABR 50 quiz or trivia or something like that. It will definitely, and you guys are all serious baseball fans. This is a tough quiz. And one night that we did it, or a couple nights that we did it here, I mean, there were just people just getting them right, maybe once every 7 questions. It's ridiculously hard. But boy, learned a lot, including a wonderful statistic about Warren Spahn and his hits and wins and all that kind of weird stuff. All right, Lorenzo Kane on at first. Here's John Mayberry Sr., nothing for one. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and Mayberry tries to check his swing. Nope, strike 3. So Tim Keefe hangs up K number 4. 2 down now for the catcher, Salvador Perez. He is nothing for one. Lorenzo Kane on at first. Kansas City gets a run back here in the 4th. And here is the pitch. And first pitch swinging. Tapper to third base. And Ewing will go to second. And that retires the side. Kansas City picks up a run on 2 hits and a runner left on. It's now 3-1 as we head to the home half of the 4th inning. So let's see. Greg says we have a Canadian Development Basketball League here as well called the CEBL, which has developed a number of NBA players in its 7 or 8 year history. Man, I had a chance. I've had 2 chances in my life to move to Canada, and like in Egypt, I turned them down. And boy, if I ever get a 3rd chance, I'm there. I mean, the winters kind of suck, but still, man, I mean, I just want to, for a lot of reasons. So 3rd time's a charm. Hopefully get a chance to move to Canada again. I will take it this time. All right, here is George Burns. It's going to be Burns, Fletcher, and Keefe. 3-1 your score here in the bottom of the 4th. Count even, 2 balls, 2 strikes. And this one, hard liner out to left, but Gordon barely has to move. Had him played perfectly. All right, so one away, and here is Art Fletcher. Fletcher 1-for-1. I'm just ignoring the phone, guys, for right now. And Fletcher doubled his last time, and this is going to be a textbook 6-3 put out. A little bit of a low throw there from Freddie Patek, but digging it out of the dirt there is John Mayberry. So 2 away now for Tim Keefe. Not in there for his bat. And he sends one out to right field, and Lorenzo Kane just kind of saunters over toward his right end, makes the grab. So the Giants go in order. We go to the top of the 5th inning, and it's San Francisco, or I would rather say just the Giants 3 and the Royals 1. And it's going to be Gordon, White, and Patek, the 6, 7, and 8 hitters, due up for the Royals. 0-1 pitch on the way. Alex Gordon swings, and this one hopper to first, and Stretch will take it to the bag himself. 1 up, 1 down, and here's Frank White. He is 0-for-1. 2 hits in the game for these Kansas City Royals. Hard ground ball down to third base. Buck Ewing up and over to McCovey across the diamond. Good strong peg there by 19th century star Buck Ewing. So 2 up, 2 down now for Freddie Patek, who is 0-for-1. He's ahead in the count, 3-1. Patek swings on that hitter's count and makes it count. The ball parachutes down into left field. Base hit. Patek making the wide turn at first, and he will hold. Greg says last night the top 2 teams played in the playoffs, and Calgary defeated Vancouver by a point in overtime. For those that follow the NBA, Jameer Nelson Jr. scored 39 points for Calgary. 39 points. Wow. Good night for him. A great night for him. Jeez, 39 points. So there you go, guys. Keep an eye on that. The CEBL, Greg Gorecki letting everybody know about that. So basketball fans, something for you to check out. All right, so Patek aboard. Here's Dennis Leonard with 2 down. Leonard needs to get himself a little base knock here. 1-1 pitch. Leonard swings. Not going to happen here. Slow roller out to short. And taking his time is Art Fletcher. And Dennis Leonard is out number 3. So the Royals get a hit, strand a runner. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning. The Giants 3 and the Royals 1. Saying here that Jameer Nelson is property of the San Antonio Spurs. There you go, guys. All right, back at the top of the order for the Giants, Buck Ewing, Willie Mays, and Barry Bonds. Ewing in the game walked and scored. Or walked out an RBI, 2-1 pitch. Ewing swings, soft liner out there to short. Freddie Patek closes the glove around the horse hide. 1 up, 1 down for the Say Hey Kid. 1-for-2 with a double in this game. 1-1 pitch. Mays swings, and this one's going to be driven to center. It's going to get down for a base hit, and Mays will hold it first. So 4th hit for the Giants in the game, and here comes Barry Bonds. Walking an RBI for him. 0-2 pitch, and Bonds tattoos this one out to left, but Alex Gordon making a nice, easy play. Gloves it for out number 2. McCovey making his first at bat of this game. In for the ejected Bill Terry. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Nice fastball there by Dennis Leonard. So the Giants also waste a runner. We go to the top of the 6th inning. The Giants still lead the Royals 3-1. And top of the order, Willie Wilson, Lorenzo Kane, and George Brett. Willie Wilson 1-for-2. 2-0 pitch on the way from Tim Keefe. And Wilson swings. This one hit hard, way out to center field, and about 5 feet short of the track. Mays hurrying back and reaches up and makes the grab. All right, Lorenzo Kane 1-for-2 in the game. Count even, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Oh, they appeal down to first, and they say he went around. So Tim Keefe getting him there on a nice curveball. Strikeout number 5. And here's George Brett waiting on deck. John Mayberry. 1-1 pitch to Brett, who flew out to Bonds his last time up. Brett swings. Good contact. Will it be enough? It will not. That center fielder is going to die in the glove of the Say Hey Kid. Once again, the Royals go good morning, good afternoon, good night. We go to the bottom of the sixth inning. It's the Giants 3, the Royals 1. Greg says he liked Freddie Patek because he's a slick fielder and the only player in the league smaller than he is. He was a brilliant outfielder. Had a tiny stint with the Pittsburgh Pirates. But yeah, Patek, hell of a shortstop. I mean, so good because, shortstops are expected to have pop. Thanks to Hannes Wagner, who really, he was the prototypical modern shortstop, but Patek was so good. He didn't have to have the big bat. Brilliant defense, um, as Greg correctly points out. All right, the 5, 6, 7 hitters due up. Buster Posey, Frankie Frisch, and George Burns for the Giants. Posey, nothing for 2 in the game. Dennis Leonard now with 2 strikeouts and 3 walks through 5 innings. Again, the problem, Dennis Leonard with control problems early in the season. 0-1 pitch on the way to Buster Posey. And Posey swings, and that little curveball action is going to hang up there, and Buster Posey is going to take advantage of it and dump a little flare into left center for a base hit. So Posey, no speed at first, and here's Frankie Frisch, Hall of Famer, nothing for 2. Leonard peers in, has the sign from Salvador Perez, and the pitch swung on, and Frisch skies this one to right, and going back a few steps is Lorenzo Kane. I don't know why I keep calling him McCain. Anyhow, 2 was 1 away. So Freddie Patek, yeah. So he's 5'4". Greg is 5'6", but he's now now 5'4" due to scoliosis. Well, we don't like the scoliosis there, Greg, but now you're the same height as a great defensive shortstop. I guess that's something. That's a good thing, right? But yeah, but the scoliosis maybe not a good reason to be the same height as Freddie Patek. But wow, 5'4". I can't even imagine. My grandma was like 5'2", my Italian grandma. So that's yeah. Grandkids, we used to measure our height against her. My grandfather was 6 foot, and she used to get, why don't you go to your grandfather? He's the tall one. So it's kind of, it did get to be as tall as he was, my grandfather, but weird stuff, man. All right, Buster Posey remains at first. Here's George Burns. He is nothing for 1. And Burns, they're going to turn 2 here. 5 to 4 to 3. And beautiful double play. Royals face the minimum. We go to the top of the 7th inning. The score remains 3-1. Scoring in this game, Giants 2 in the first, 1 in the second, and the Royals answered with 1 in the fourth. That's where we are. 3-5-0 for the Giants, 1-3-0 for the Kansas City Royals. It'll be Mayberry, Perez, and Gordon. Mayberry in the game, nothing for 2. Tim Keefe looking pretty strong out there, though I do have this set for modern era pitching, so I didn't want the 19th century and dead ball guys to get a little, so they're going to be a little bit of a disadvantage in this league, but makes it a little bit more exciting because had I normalized this to earlier pitcher recovery, we wouldn't be able to see any relief pitchers. And the idea of a league like this is to try to see as many hitters or try to see as many players as you want, but without doing the designated hitter stuff. So Greg says he was born with scoliosis, surgery when he was 9, gained 5 inches, but have lost 2 inches since he turned 60. Greg, just wish you, though, continued, hopefully, always going well for you and everything like that. Greg, a good guy. We don't see him in here enough, family. We don't. And here comes trouble. Parallel league. He says, I always remember the picture of Freddie Patek crying in the dugout after they lost to the Yankees. Those Royal teams were good. They really were. Royals had some excellent franchises. No doubt about that. Hope you're doing well, my friend. All right, Mayberry in the box. And here is the pitch. And swung on, fly ball out to center field on his horse is Willie Mays calling off George Burns. He brings it in for out number one. Here's Salvador Perez, cold bat. Over two today, just 4 for 27 in the series with two, or in the season with two RBI. 1-2 pitch on the way to Perez. Swing and a miss, strike three. So on a changeup, Tim Keefe picks up strikeout number 6. Parallel League says he's enjoying the weekend. Yeah, we're it's gonna be 94 today here, and then like 79 tomorrow. So we've got some bad storms coming tonight. But hope to get on here with a little baseball quiz fun later on this evening. At least I hope. Aaron Reese says Dan Brewer is just refusing to lose. I know. Um, and yeah, what are they? 14. I think they have a 14 game winning streak now, something like that. So I think it was 13 yesterday. So 14. I don't know what they did today or what they're doing today. Greg says, remember Ted Simmons smoking in the dugout during Game 7 of the '82 World Series. God, I used to. Jim Leyland used to pull that stuff too, man, smoking in the dugout and stuff. They should have played Smoking in the Boys Room for both Simmons and Leyland. But you know what? You got to be excused. That's the World Series. It's the World Series, so and you got to cut a little slack. Not these days, I guess they're not going to. But you got to cut a little slack there, right? All right, here's Alex Gordon batting with two down. Okay, so 14 straight for Milwaukee. Ugh. Nathaniel, if you're still here, you've got to be a happy camper right now. All right, Lefty Gordon, the left fielder, in there against Tim Keefe with two down, and the 1-1 pitch to Gordon. Gordon hitless in this one, and it's going to remain so. Room service bounce out there to second base. Frankie Frisch has it for out number 3. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left. 7th inning stretch time here at Oracle Park, San Francisco, California. The Giants lead the Royals 3-1. Take a slug of water. Yeah, Jim was the manager. I'm glad Jimmy's in the Hall of Fame. Yes, I mean I got that World Championship, but I think what Leyland was able to do with and general manager Sid Thrift, who was I think treated very poorly by the Pirates, put together that excellent team, late '80s, early '90s. Leyland did a hell of just a hell of a job, and was not afraid to call Barry Bonds out. Yeah, Cubs 9. Yeah, it's over in the National League Central. It's done. So the Cubbies let me down again. So you got to remember, National League Central fan here, so but especially not happy and no disrespect there, Nathaniel, but Pirate fans. Well, actually, all the National League Central hate you guys. Hate the Milwaukee Brewers. So, but 14 straight, best record in baseball. You got to give them credit due, even though they smell worse than 3-year-old gym socks left in a locker. They're just anyhow. Parallel League says his buddy got him started playing Stratego online. Been getting your butt kicked all weekend. Cool. Stratego is such a fun game. One of those things, even when you lose, it's like, I want to play again. So I'm going to call your attention here again to this new feature in Alla Park 26. You'll see not only Art Fletcher up there on the old Jumbotron, but you'll see here that it's a live scoreboard. So I think it's really cool. And with the lineups and everything, what a nice touch, guys, at Alla Park Baseball. Let's do some fun animation type stuffies. Maybe it could be like, maybe that dude that was at the Coldplay concert, you could put a little graphic in there of him and having a diddle with somebody else, and it'd be great. Then he can't go to Coldplay concerts or baseball games. Haha. Greg says, didn't mind them. Sixto Toscano used to kill us in the Blue Jays early years. Yeah, I mean the Brewers, they put together so many good teams. It's just they're fans, man. Oy, oy, oy. Nathaniel's the only I think he's the only polite Milwaukee Brewer fan I've ever or ever sort of quote unquote met. So, but yeah, so the Cubbies, what are you gonna do? Ironically, though, or strangely enough, as much as I'm ragging on the Brewers, if it gets down to it and it's Brewers versus Dodgers, I'm rooting for Milwaukee. I do not want to see an LA New York series, whatever. I mean, the only race now, right? Am I right? Is National League? Is it the National League East? Is that the only race in baseball? Sound cut up because that's what um, Out of the Park Baseball does. So let me see here what's going on. So yeah, the Pirates, of course, Pirates have been way out of it, but I'm starting to see improvement in the club, which is so nice to see. So actually, yeah, we're not. It's the is there any the only race left in baseball this year now? Well, there's two. So the Padres just a game back of the Dodgers, as you guys know. Um, and the Mariners a game and a half back of the Astros. Um, Cleveland's not going to catch Detroit. I don't see that happening. I realize we have a month and a half of baseball left, but just not there. The Jays 5 up on the Red Sox. So we're not going to see a New York LA series, I don't think. Although Yankees certainly in the I guess in the hunt here. Where are they from the wild card? Let's see. So, is it a possibility? So, Yankees are still sort of out there. I guess it could still happen. Um, but, but the Brewers, man, it's just ridiculous. So the Cubs definitely a candidate for wild card, but so if you'll permit me, guys, one of the things that I can't stand about the wild card, and I would be saying this if even if it was the Pirates. Okay, so the Cubs are 9 games back, 9.5 games back, whatever, and they can still theoretically make it to the World Series, being 9 games back. I don't know. I think it's just I don't know. No, I don't think I know, Aaron. That would be nice. You're a Cincinnati Reds fan, but that's not going to happen. Um, but I don't know. I don't like the wild card. I don't like it. And I remember the Pirates being in a wild card. Was that 20? What year was that, man? Was that 2011? Whatever. And it was just no, no, no. Come on. I mean, we had a good season, but if a team 9 games out could theoretically get to the World Series and even win it, I don't know. But that's just me. That's just me. I do know it generates excitement, obviously, but Nathaniel says he's loving what the Milwaukee Brewers are doing. Yep. I think a little Midwestern World Series would be fun. Tigers and Brewers. I think that would be cool. I'd be rooting for the Tigers though at that point because I do like the Tigers. So, Nathaniel, put it to you this way: the Brewers face any other American League team, I'm rooting for them in the World Series should they make it. But if they are against the Tigers, I got to root for the Tigers. All right, Art Fletcher, Tim Keefe, and Buck Ewing do up the 8, 9, and 1 hitters. Fletcher 1 for 2 in the game. Dennis Leonard hanging in there for him this year, pitching a pretty good game, scattering 5 hits, 3 runs, but we are in the 7th. Leonard's still pretty good stamina out there, too. All right, here's the 1-0 pitch to Art Fletcher, cut on, and this one tapped to second. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. As Frank White gets to that ball, score that one 4-3. Here's Tim Keefe. He's nothing for 2, but he has a pile of strikeouts. He's fine. 1-2 pitch. And Tim Keefe cuts and misses. Strike 3. Dennis Leonard picks up his 3rd strikeout of the game on that curveball. We're back at the top of the order, and Buck Ewing. Buck Ewing 0 for 1 with an RBI. Count 4 on Ewing. Here's the delivery. Ewing swings And a little dribbler down the third base line, going to have to hurry. And they do just get him. George Brett with a very strong throw, knowing about Buck Ewing's speed. So the Giants go in order, family. We go to the top of the eighth inning. The Giants lead the Royals 3-1, and Tim Keefe will face Frank White, Freddie Patek, and we'll see if Dennis Leonard will bat for himself. All right, Keefe has indeed struck out 6 in 7 innings of work. Frank White in the game, nothing for 2. Here's the pitch. White swings, and let's make that nothing for 3 as Stretch grabs it and takes it to the bag himself. 1 up, 1 down now for Freddie Patek. Patek 1 for 2. He's getting a lot of love today in the chat. 1-1 pitch. Patek swings, and look at that. Lines it into left base hit. Hit number 4 for the Royals. Here we go. 1 down. And Hal McRae. So Dennis Leonard's day is done. McRae, just 1 for 14, used largely as a pinch hitter in this league. So hitting just .071. But McRae in the box. Patek with speed. See if the Royals are going to try anything to stay out of the double play and get Patek into scoring position. He's got the speed to steal. Posey, pretty good arm there, though, behind the dish. 0-2 pitch. Let's see if Patek goes. He does not. Called strike 3 curveball. So Keefe coming with the curveballs, been getting a lot of these strikeouts. Curveballs and then the changeup. Keefe using a fastball sparingly. So 2 down, strikeout number 7. We're back at the top of the order for Willie Wilson. He has a base knock in 3 tries. Patek could lead off of first. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Tim Keefe with strikeout number 8. And a nice chance goes by the board for the Royals. And we go to the bottom of the 8th inning. The Giants still lead the Royals 3-1. Jeff Montgomery on now in relief for the Royals. Montgomery 2 1/3 work, no decisions, giving up a hit and a strikeout. He will face the cold bat. Or I'm sorry, we're looking at now the Giants will be facing Willie Mays, who's 2 for 3, definitely not a cold bat today. Barry Bonds and Willie McCovey, so as Ernie Harwell would say, the artillery. Right-hander is ready to go, and here is the pitch from Jeff Montgomery to the Say Hey Kid. Cut on by Willie Mays. Fly ball out into medium left center, and Alex Gordon has it. Willie Wilson has it, calling off Alex Gordon. So 1 up, 1 down now for Barry Bonds. 0 for 1 with an RBI. 1-1 pitch, and Bonds swings. Oh, diving stop out there at second base. Great play by Frank White. Knocks it down, gets to his feet, and gets the fleet-footed Barry Bonds on a 4-3 putout. It's a 2 up, 2 down. Huge play out there by Frank White. Let's look at that in the old replay, just a regular replay here on this one. There we go. Beautiful play to get Bonds. All right, that will bring up Stretch. McCovey, nothing for 1. Again, he's in for the ejected Bill Terry 3-1 pitch. And this one missing just away on a slider by Jeff Montgomery. So no speed. Stretch is aboard at first for Buster Posey. 2 down. The Giants wouldn't mind adding a couple here. Posey could do it. And long fly ball. Open the window, Aunt Minnie. There's no doubt about this one. It's out of here. Wow. Couldn't have called that one any better. And the San Francisco Giants have pretty much closed the door on this one. 2-run shot by Buster Posey. And Aunt Minnie had to move the apple pie out of the window. That was a shot and a half. Let's look at that one on the old Super Stats replay. Big arcing shot out to right. I don't know. That might have hit Alcatraz. So anyhow, touch 'em all, Buster Posey. And there we go, the little homage to the natural there. All right. So here is Frankie Frisch. Frankie Frisch, nothing for 3. Montgomery needs to get him right now. Bases empty. And Frisch drills this one out to center field, but right into the glove of Willie Wilson. So the Royals have a lot of work to do as we head to the top of the ninth. It's going to be Lorenzo Cain, George Brett, and John Mayberry Sr. All right, Lorenzo Cain, 1 for 3 with a run batted in. Tim Keefe looking for a complete game win and a 5-1 lead going into the ninth here. 8 strikeouts for the 19th Century Hall of Famer. Here's the pitch to Cain. Cain cuts on the first pitch, and a little bouncer out there to Willie McCovey. That ball pretty much comes up belt high to him. So 1 away on the 3 unassisted. Here's George Brett. Brett fruitless in 3 attempts today. 2-1 pitch on the way from Tim Keefe. Brett swings, and this one out to left field, but not even moving is Barry Bonds. Had him played perfectly, and it's down to John Mayberry Sr., the very cold bat of Salvador Perez, waits on deck. Count even, 2 balls, 2 strikes, and that's your ball game. And the Giants completely outclassed the Royals in this one, 5-1. All right, let's look at our recap here. So not much to say. They picked up a win at Oracle Park, knocking off the Royals 5-1. Starting pitcher Tim Keefe, big reason why. And San Francisco off to a 5-2 start. The Royals fall to 2-6. Line score for the Giants: 5 runs, 6 hits, no errors. For the Royals, 1 run, 4 hits, and no errors. So the Giants really only needed the 3 runs for this game, but Buster Posey putting a little bit of frosting on the cake. Your player of the game is Tim Keefe. Indeed, it should be. Keefe went 9, 4 hits, 1 earned run, 9 strikeouts. So he improves to 1-1. Dennis Leonard falls to 0-2. Walks continue to plague him. 7 innings, 5 hits, 3 earned runs, 3 walks, 3 strikeouts. His ERA did come down, though. It was at 20-something or 30-something, whatever it was. It's down to 10.61. Keefe, by the way, at 1.06. And then Montgomery came in. Jeff Montgomery worked 1 inning, 2 earned runs off the Buster Posey shot, and a walk. And so Tim Keefe definitely delivering that. So Bill Terry was arguing. Okay, so it was a strike call that he was arguing. So Bill Terry, we had an ejection. It's always fun. All right, so possible upcoming games here that we have. White Sox Pirates look pretty good here. The Pirates at 2-4. The White Sox at 2-5. Red Faber would be taking the hill for the White Sox, and the Pirates would be countering with Bob Friend. Let me see. Rangers, Cubs, Dave Schmidt, Rick Russell, not too bad. Bruce Hurst, Phil Niekro, Padres and Braves could be a good one. Padres off to an abysmal start at 1-6. The Braves at 3-3. Nationals at Rockies, Rogers and German Marquez. I'm probably going to autoplay these. Cardinals edged the Brewers, by the way, 6-5. And then Dodgers and D-backs. So I like the Don Drysdale, Brandon Webb kind of matchup too. Could be pretty cool. But that's for another time. That is for another time. So I want to look really quickly because we're talking about Bobby Bonds. Bobby Bonds, why is he not in here, man? So let's see if we can. Let's see what we can see. Right? We got to go into. Let's see. Is he in the free agents pool somewhere? Might have to search for him. Let's search for Bobby Bonds. Bobby Bonds not on the Giants. And boy, that's an oversight we've got to take care of. Let's see. There he is. So we are going to. Oops. Let me see. We're going to unretire him. Okay, so he is now in the free agents list. So not in any team. So we've got to act. So what we've got to do here is act as, or actually we've got to take another job here, I think. Yep, we've got to take another job. Available jobs. So San Francisco Giants. So you can only do this in commissioner mode, but love it, love it, love it, the fact that you can do this. Okay, so let's go back to the free agents poll. And Bobby Bonds. There he is. Hey, Bobby. I don't know how much playing time he's going to get, but certainly. All right, let me see. Let's sign him. And let's go back to the Giants home screen or the player list. And he should be now on the Giants. Where are you, Bobby? Yep, there he is. So, Greg, there. Bobby Bonds is now signed and on the team. So if you guys didn't know how to do that, that's how you can do it. You can see that this database, this league, if anybody wants it as a quick start, I'll zip it up. Feel free to do with it what you want. But all the usual suspects are in here and sometimes not. So again, so Bobby Bonds, I don't know. Let's look at the defensive chart, or let's look at the depth chart here and see if we can work Bobby Bonds into some games, because I'm kind of afraid that he's not going to get a lot of playing time. Oops, I'm looking at player strategy, which I haven't done anything with in this one. I do want to get that crazy with it. Giants team home strategy. There we go. Lineups and depth charts. Let's look at the depth chart for this. All right. So yeah. So Mel Ott, even Mel Ott, the great Mel Ott, is not even getting a lot of playing time here. So I don't know, but it's going to be hard to get Bobby Bonds in here. But have to do some mucking about. You're certainly not going to get that. I mean, this man here has got it nailed down. We could probably. Man, this is tough. I mean, Mel Ott was natively a right fielder. So, I mean, what I think I want to do, I want Mel Ott to get some time. There we go. Yeah, right. Come on, move up there, Mel. So, I want some pop there. So Mel Ott is going to be in there. I think what we'll do is we'll take Bobby Bonds, even though he's a center fielder, he's just not going to. We'll put him there. Let's put Bobby Bonds in every seventh game, just so he can get some playing time. There we go. I think that works. Save the game. Again, any Giants fans, if you disagree, let me know. But in fact, I'm even thinking that Mel Ott should probably. Yeah, there we go. So Mel Ott is going to be the starting right fielder for the Giants, and we're going to let Burns in every 10th game, and Tiernan, Mike Tiernan. We love you, buddy. We love you. We love you. But you're going to get an if tired. There. So Bobby Bonds is going to get in every 7th game. Willie doesn't mind sharing some time with him. So there we go. Fun stuff. Fun stuff. I don't know if there's any other Russ. Let's look at Aaron Reed's Reds here before we go. Let's look at the Reds. The Reds, the Cincinnati Reds. And now I'm going to cut out of here. So George Foster really is only going to be. Ed Roush, I think, should be the starting center fielder. Veda Pinson will get in every 15th game. Pete Rose out there in left. George Foster will be in there every 10th game and left, so he's going to get some time out there. Right field, you got Frank Robinson, and you got John Riley, if a 19th century player, if Robinson's tired. So, but they're pretty solid here, pretty solid. But a lot of good players. So like Tony Perez. Some might argue that Perez should be in there over Heine Groh, but I don't know. I mean, it's pretty close. Pretty close. But I think we're just going to leave the Reds where they are. Johnny Bench pretty much has things nailed down here. So anyhow, that's it, guys. Pretty fast, pretty fast game here today. I'm sorry, I missed all kinds of comments here, guys. I'm so sorry, I didn't even see that. So let me catch up here. Let me see. We got P Jet. Thanks, man. Thanks for coming in, guys. I'm sorry. I was wondering why this wasn't advancing. Everybody was very, very quiet. And there is Steve Tate. Holy shit, man. I don't know if he's still here. Yeah, myths. Why not? And Mike Silva, how you doing, Mike? Hey, Mike, wanted to thank you if you're still here. Thank you for adding in the live scoreboard features and everything like that. Steve, hope you're doing well. Hope the things are going well with the Fields of Dreams leagues and all the other leagues you guys are doing. Let me see what else. Ron Juckett is replaying 1956, and the Braves are good. The Dodgers are running away with it. So, okay, yeah, he does some good stuff. Yeah, so I guess Ron is still doing the. I remember he does the lunchtime thing. So, all right, well that is it. Should be back tonight. I hope for a little baseball quiz action. I'm hoping, so I don't want to make any hard promises there. And people are going to be like, "He's a Buccos fan. Why does he have the Cincinnati Reds up there?" I don't know. There, we'll put the Pirates back. There we go. So until next time, I want to thank Greg Gorecki for coming in. It's always good to see you, Greg. And Parallel League, not a single pun in this time. I don't know. Parallel League, you got to catch up, buddy. P Jet, thank you very much for coming in as well. Steve Tate, Mike Silva, Aaron Reed, John DFW, Nathaniel, who is very, very happy that his Brewers are reeling off a 14-game winning streak. That's ridiculous, man. It's just ridiculous. There ought to be a law, damn it. There ought to be a law. Samuel Smith joined us, of course, and brother Jack Dawson. He's lately been the first one in the ballpark. So that's it. Greg says since he's retired, I have a lot of time in your hands. Enjoy it, man. Enjoy it. Have a lot of fun. All right, guys. Until the next time, see you around the batting cage and have a wonderful day.